Welcome back, friends. Now, in the previous lecture we have started about standing waves and standing wave ratio. How standing waves are generated we have gone through. We have also gone through the equation for the standing wave ratio, yes, in terms of reflection coefficient. So standing wave ratio E max upon E mean, I max upon I mean. This is the basic expression for standing wave ratio. And if we represent E max and E minimum in terms of the voltages ZR, Z0 and ZR, Z0 and K, that is reflection coefficient, we finally got the expression of the reflection standing wave ratio S as 1 plus mod K upon 1 minus mod K, where K is the reflection coefficient we have gone through. We have also understood the value of reflection coefficient will vary from 0 to 1, whereas value of standing wave ratio will vary from 1 to infinity. Is it okay? So we also gone through this K in terms of S. So K equal to S minus 1 upon S plus 1, and reflection coefficient K is equal to E max minus E min upon E max plus E min. Now this is the time to discuss the next point of the unit, input impedance of the dissipation-less line. So we have gone through the distortion-less line. Now we'll talk about dissipation-less line or lossless line. So how we can understand this dissipation-less line and how we can derive certain expressions related to the dissipation line and input impedance. This is important expression because on this particular expression of the input impedance we are going to see now lambda by 4 line and lambda by 8 line. So for our discussion we are going to understand the line to be dissipation-less or lossless. So if it is lossless, by default it is distortionless. Is it okay? So we'll try to understand those expressions in detail. So they say consider a line terminated in ZR. So output impedance, load impedance is equal to ZR. Here S is the distance measured from the receiving end as shown in figure. So S is always the distance measured from receiving end. So this is the receiving end, these two bubbles if you are able to see. So I want to calculate input impedance at this particular point, from the observer. So Z in, this is ZR and this is a section of the transmission line, and this is located at a distance of S from the receiving end. Now once that is clear, ES is the source voltage and IS is the source current. Let's talk about the expression. We know that ES can be represented as ER cos beta S. Why we are directly writing ER cos beta S? Because alpha is equal to 0 for a dissipation-less line or lossless line. We already know that. So ES equal to ER cos beta S plus J IR R0 sin beta S, and IS is equal to IR cos beta S plus J ER upon R0 sin beta S. This expression we already derived in the previous lecture, and this will call it as equation number 1 and equation number 2. So input impedance is the ratio of voltage to the current for the sending end, because if I want to calculate input impedance at this particular point, I must know the input voltage and input current. So it will be a ratio of ES upon IS. So ES upon IS is equal to, if we just take the ratio of these particular things, so what we'll get, this R0. So denominator of the denominator goes to the numerator, R0. So it will become ER cos beta S plus J IR R0 sin beta S divided by R0 IR cos beta S plus J ER, because this R0 will come into the multiplication of IR. So R0 IR cos beta S plus J ER sin beta S, since we have taken that R0 outside. So dividing by cos beta S to each and every term of this bracket. So if I divide to each and every term by cos beta S, this cos beta S get cancelled, and I will be left with a Z in equal to R0 ER cos beta S cancel. Sin beta S upon cos beta S will turn out to be tan beta S. Once again this cos beta S cancel, and we will get ER tan beta S. So this is the expression for input impedance. Now we are going to have certain expressions or certain modification by applying mathematical identity. Okay, so let's understand those things now. So dividing numerator and denominator by IR, what we will get? So in this expression of ER, if we divide E to each term by IR, so ER upon IR cancel, IR upon IR cancel, and ER upon IR. So let's do that. So it is ER upon IR plus J R0 tan beta S plus R0 J ER upon IR tan beta S. Now what is ER upon IR? So it is, if I just calculate, I will go back to this particular diagram. So if I calculate, or if I assume this voltage across ZR as ER, okay, so I know the voltage at receiving end ER, I know the current. So ER upon IR, voltage divided by current, is equal to impedance. So ZR, I can replace ER upon IR by ZR, and that's the thing I am going to do. ER upon IR is equal to receiving end voltage divided by receiving end current is equal to ZR. So I will replace this particular term by ZR. Also ER upon IR here is equal to ZR. So this is very important equation for the input impedance of the dissipation-less line or lossless line. Try to understand this expression in detail. So it will be R0 Z in equal to R0, which is outside the bracket, ZR plus JR0 tan beta S plus R0 plus JZR tan beta S. How to remember that? So just remember this. R0 inside R0 in the multiplication of the bracket, inside bracket you can write ZR R0, ZR R0, ZR R0, and from right side ZR R0. Here tan beta is, here also tan beta is. J term is valid for the second term of the numerator as well as second term of the denominator. So this is the equation for input impedance for the dissipation less line. This is very important to understand. Since it is dissipation less, we know alpha is equal to 0. So we got the expression of the input impedance in terms of tan beta S or in terms of beta only. We didn't got any expression related to the alpha. Let's proceed now. Input impedance in terms of a reflection coefficient. Now if I want to calculate input impedance in terms of reflection coefficient, how I can calculate? You already know that E is given by E is given by how? E raised to gamma L plus K E raised to minus gamma L. You already know these things, that this is the equation for voltage, this is E, and this is equation for current I. We have already gone through this particular expression in terms of gamma, if you do remember. So this is equation for voltage, the numerator is the equation for voltage, this is equation for current. So input impedance, which we have calculated earlier, in terms of reflection coefficient we now want to write. So it will be Z0 E raised to gamma L plus K E raised to minus gamma L divided by E raised to gamma L minus K E raised to minus gamma L. What is K? K is reflection coefficient. Now we want to represent input impedance in terms of reflection coefficient. How we can do that now? So if we also have the, for the dissipation less line, alpha is equal to 0. So can I replace this gamma is equal to alpha plus j beta? Yes, I can represent. So instead of L, for avoiding confusion, I will replace it with a S. That will become better for me. So yes, I will replace this L with a yes, so that will become easier for us, because till now we have calculated all the terms with respect to x. So can I replace gamma equal to alpha plus j beta? Yes, but alpha is equal to 0. So it will become e raised to plus j beta s plus k e raised to minus j beta s divided by e raised to j beta s minus k e raised to minus j beta s. And since it is a dissipation less line, Z0 can be replaced with R0. We already know the condition for lossless line. Now if that is so, can I write Z in equal to R0 into, I will just divide to each term by e raised to j beta s. So if that is so, e raised to j beta s upon e raised to j beta s, it will become 1 plus k e raised to minus j beta is divided by e raised to j beta s. It will come to the numerator, it will become e raised to minus 2 j beta s. That we will see. Okay, so 1 minus k e raised to minus j beta is divided by e raised to plus j beta s. So what it will result in? Let's see now. So Zn equal to R0 into 1 plus k e raised to minus 2 j beta s or j2 beta s divided by 1 minus k e raised to minus j2 beta s. So this is the expression in terms of reflection coefficient, and this beta is a phase constant for a transmission line which is dissipation less. So Zn equal to R0. Now what I am going to do, try to understand now. If I want to take a magnitude, so can I represent this is 1 plus mod k, because this, for this expression I will calculate the magnitude. So mod k at an angle, any angle phi you can take, phi minus 2 beta s. Why this phi angle is coming? This is angle of k, this is angle of k. Reflection coefficient is having angle of k, phi you already know. So I have two terms. One, let's say I am having these two terms, okay, k at an angle phi, this is angle of reflection coefficient, into e raised to minus j2 beta s. Okay, if someone asks me to calculate the magnitude of this, how I can calculate? I will take mod of k into, because this is mod of k, there is no multiplication factor here, this is 1, so mod of k into mod of 1 is 1 only, at an angle phi, because this value, this is having angle of phi and this is having an angle of or phase shift of 2 beta s, 2 beta s. So simply I will write this like this. So R0 into 1 plus mod k at an angle phi minus 2 beta s. Similarly, if I want to write it here, so it will become k at an angle phi minus 2 beta s. What is phi? Phi is angle of reflection coefficient. So once I got this expression in terms of this, input impedance will be maximum for the condition. If I want input impedance to be maximum, this term should be equal to 0. If this term should be equal to 0, then I will get 1 plus mod k upon 1 minus mod k. That will be Z in equal to R0 into 1 plus mod k upon 1 minus mod k. That condition we are going to get. So input impedance will be maximum for the condition phi minus 2 beta s is equal to 0. If this is the condition, that means S is equal to phi by 2 beta. Simply phi equal to 2 beta is therefore S equal to phi upon 2 beta. Let's put it here, so that the distance of the maximum impedance occurs is given by, what will be the distance? So at this distance maximum impedance occurs, which is given by Z maximum. If this is 0, that means Z, instead of input impedance I will get Z input maximum, that is Z max. Z max equal to what? R0 into 1 plus K upon 1 minus mod K. But 1 plus mod K upon 1 minus K is what? Standing wave ratio, which I already talked about. So Z maximum is equal to standing wave ratio into R0. This is the expression for maximum voltage along a dissipation-less line. This is very important to understand. Okay. Thus, maximum impedance is a resistive. Maximum impedance is resistive for a dissipation-less line. The minimum impedance is obtained at a distance lambda by 4 from a point. Remember one thing. Okay, you might be confused about this. How minimum distance is obtained at a distance of lambda by 4? So, if on the Smith chart I am going to explain all these things. If this is a Smith chart, if the maxima occurs here, V max, the minima will occur on this left hand side part, V min, and V max and V min, there is a wavelength difference of lambda by 4. So this corresponds to distance of lambda by 4. So if the V max is observed at this particular point at a distance of lambda by 4 over a transmission line, I will observe a V minimum. So minimum, just right now remember this point. How it will happen, we'll see the open circuit and short circuited line in the forthcoming slide. At that time this concept will be more and more clear. So the minimum impedance is obtained at a distance lambda by 4 from a point of maximum impedance. Therefore S is equal to phi upon 2 beta plus lambda by 4. Now can I represent lambda by 2 pi by beta? Yes, I can represent this lambda by 2 pi by beta. So phi upon 2 beta plus 2 pi by beta 4, or this 4, this cancel with this 2. So 2 beta S. So finally I will get 2 beta S is equal to phi plus pi. So minimum impedance is given by. So if I replace this 2 beta S equal to phi plus pi, I will get the minimum impedance. What will be the value of minimum impedance? Let's understand. So Z minimum equal to R0, 1 plus mod K, 1 minus mod K. It is as same as that of earlier. Phi minus phi plus pi. Phi minus phi plus pi. So this phi get cancelled. I will get angle of minus pi here, and I will get angle of minus pi here. Is it okay? So if I just take once again the modulus, this pi will get cancelled because this pi comes to the numerator and it will get cancelled, and R0 is equal to 1. Angles are not directly cut. Actually this denominator angle will come to the numerator with a plus sign. So minus pi plus pi, it will turn out to be angle 0. So it will turn out to be R0 1 minus K. Why it is 1 minus K is coming? Because sign will definitely change, because I need to play with this minus pi. Is it okay? If there is a phase shift of minus pi, you already know what to do with that. So it is 180 degree phase shifted. So it will be Z minimum equal to R0 1 minus mod K divided by 1 plus mod K. Just play with this minus pi and plus pi, how these angles are changing, and how I came to the conclusion that 1 minus mod K upon 1 plus mod K is equivalent to 1 upon SWR. So minimum impedance is resistive, whose value is given by R0 divided by SWR, and maximum impedance is also resistive, whose value is given by R0 into SWR. So we'll stop our discussion up to this point. This is the input impedance of a dissipation-less line. In the next lecture we will continue with certain examples of this, or certain special cases of this input impedance of the dissipation-less line. Till then, thank you very much and happy learning.